Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me. This is the first Facebook Live for this new Get Booked Out Facebook group. The reason I created this group, we'll just take a minute to introduce that, is because I spent my career so far serving clients of all sizes, all the way from solopreneurs, kind of like yourself, all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. And so I've learned a lot across that gamut about what modern marketing looks like right now. And in the therapy and counseling space, so often those practitioners have been a little bit behind the times. They're relying on doctors' referrals and putting your business card all around town in order to grow your practice. Those are really great things, but the fact is that if you're going to fill your practice with the clients that you most want to work with, they are used to modern marketing techniques. They're used to being reached in that way. So it's really critical, if you're going to actually grow your practice in today's world, that you're using today's strategies. So I'm really passionate about bringing those strategies, those proven methods that other big brands and businesses are using, and tailoring them to private practice, so that you can grow your business doing what you love and working with the clients that you most want to work with. So that's kind of an introduction to this group. I'm really happy that you're here. And today we're discussing something that's really foundational and critical to understand if you're really going to be using your website to connect with and to convert clients. Your website is the cornerstone of your ability to market yourself. You've probably heard this, you've read this, hopefully you have a website or are planning on launching one. It has a big job to do. If someone's been referred to you, they're going to visit your website. An existing client might visit your website to get something that they need. And someone brand new to you, whether that's through Google or social media or Psychology Today, they're going to visit your website. So your website has to be strategically built out, and it has to really serve as that cornerstone of your marketing strategy. So we're going to spend a lot of time in this group talking about that, talking about how you can optimize your website, and talking about some of those proven methods I've learned in serving big brands that can be tailored to private practice and can be tailored to you helping bring new clients in. So the thing about the two things that I'm going to share with you today is, and what's kind of funny about private practitioners like you, is that you already do this every single day. You spend your time, your sessions with your clients, empathizing with them and validating them. And the two things that your website needs to be able to do is communicate empathy and communicate expertise. It needs to be able to answer the two questions, or say the two statements: I care about you and I know how to solve your problems. If you can do those two things, your clients are, and a potential client, your ideal client that lands on this website, is going to immediately click with you. Studies show that you have less than 8 seconds to connect with a reader on your website. So if you can't make that connection really, really quickly, you'll lose them, and they'll continue on, looking for a therapist or a counselor that does connect with them and that does help them feel seen and heard. So because you're taught to empathize and validate your clients in your sessions, you learned that in grad school, you've learned that as you've grown as a private practitioner or in an agency environment, you already know how to do this. So let's talk about how you can harness that on your website itself. So what do these things really mean? There's a red thread between these two statements: I care about you and I know how to help you solve your problems. And it's the word you, right? It's the word that it's the acknowledgement of your ideal client. And in order to say these things, you have to know who you're talking to. So it is critical that you have an understanding of the type of person that you're the type of person that you're serving. It's important to niche down. You don't have to be super, super specific. It is possible to have multiple specialties and to have a successful private practice, but you have to know who you're talking about. Some of those proven website strategies are all around the fact that you have to be writing to a single person. And when someone lands on your site, when a potential client who is, looking for your services lands on your site, they have a problem. And first and foremost, they want to know that someone understands that. So that's what that I care about you statement is about. It's about helping your clients feel seen and feel heard by you. This means that you can empathize with them and say, hey, I see you. You're not alone in the problem that you're experiencing. So say you're a couples therapist and someone lands on, a wife who is struggling with, in her marriage, lands on your website. If you can say it doesn't have to be like this, you can rekindle the love that you had when you got married. If you can say that kind of thing and connect immediately with her, she doesn't care yet she doesn't even care if you're licensed at this point. She doesn't care if you've gone through certifications in order to serve her better. What she cares about first and foremost is that you understand what she's struggling with. So if you can call that out really, really specifically and show them that you care, that you understand them, you'll form that immediate connection that you need in order to keep them on your website. So what about that next question or that next statement? I know how to help you. So when someone has a problem, when they've acknowledged an issue in their life that has led them to look for therapy or counseling, it's because they've acknowledged and identified a problem that they're facing in their life. You are the expert that can help them solve that. But think about how impressive it is if you land on a website and it is someone who is obviously just laser focused on what you do. I like to use the example of if you were looking for someone to complete brain surgery on you, would you go to a general surgeon or would you go to a neurosurgeon? You'd go to a neurosurgeon because you trust them more. If you can be the neurosurgeon for your clients' pain points, if you can show them, I don't just do counseling, I don't just do therapy, but I do it for people that have your issue or your challenge, you, again, make an immediate connection and build some trust right away and show them why you're a better fit than the other counselors and therapists out there that might not claim expertise in your space. So it's about communicating your value and your expertise so that they can immediately trust you. It should happen in this order. So first connect with their problems. First, they want to know that you care about them. Then show them that you are the expert that can help solve their problems. This is done in a lot of ways throughout your website, but I recommend really honing in on your homepage, using that first top space to call out the problem, agitate that problem a little bit, and then present the relief, right? Present the fact that you are a solution to their problem, that you are the expert they need, kind of as they move down that page, so that they can feel seen and heard, and then start building that trust and connection with you. I mentioned that this strategy isn't just for your website either. You can apply it to all of the other marketing that you do in your practice, which is really, really great. So let's think about SEO. SEO is critical for your success as a private practitioner. People being able to find you via Google, via search engines is huge. There's a lot of ways to do this. SEO is a very deep and wide, kind of wild, wild west of strategy. But when it comes down to it, the number one factor in whether or not Google will rank you is if your information is useful to your reader. So again, if you can directly speak to your ideal client, if you know who that is, and you could communicate your value by saying, I care about you and I can solve your problems, Google will love it. And that's the number one reason that Google will rank you. You can plug in all the keywords that you want, but if your content isn't useful, you won't be ranked. So really use this lens as you think about the content you're putting out on your website, whether that's via blogging, whether that's the meta descriptions, which we'll dive into in a later video that you're using for each of your pages. Really think through this lens of, am I communicating that I care about them? Am I communicating that I can solve their problems? If the answer is yes, you've probably got something really good, and you'll see some returns on it. Another huge thing that you can apply this framework to is your Psychology Today profile. I am a huge fan of directories. I don't think that you can depend on them to grow your practice, but they are a really, really great tool. You know, there's free Psychology Today codes out there and things like that. So it's definitely worth giving it a try if you're not yet on it. If you are on it, or if you're going to go ahead and write your profile for the first time, answer these two questions, communicate these two things, and you will have a way more effective Psychology Today profile than many of your peers. I have read hundreds of those profiles, and the ones that state, I care about you and I know how to solve your problems, are way more effective than the ones that are saying, I'm a licensed XYZ, I use these methods, I know I have these certifications. Your clients just don't care about that quite yet. When they're looking for a therapist, they're really selfishly motivated, as they should be, right? They have a problem and you're the one that's going to help them solve that. But first, all they care about is how you're going to meet their needs. They don't yet care about the licensing or certifications that you have. They will care about that, and that matters in their decision making, but not quite yet. Not quite in those first couple pages or that first interaction they have with you on that Psychology Today profile. You can also expand and use these questions and these statements to decide what marketing tactics to use in general. There are a lot of modern marketing techniques out there, and you should tailor those based on kind of two things. Number one, what are you good at as a marketer, as a business owner, as a private practitioner? What connects with you? What feels authentic to you? It's so important because your whole relationship and your whole success, it depends on forming a relationship with your client. It's really important that the marketing tactics that you employ feel genuine to you. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, again, knowing your ideal client, knowing who you're talking to. Where do they spend their time? What kind of resources will they be responsive to? Are they more inclined to wait a while, in which case email marketing might be wise, Google ads, Facebook ads, do they spend time on social media? So if you can really get to know the ideal client that you're speaking to, you can decide which marketing strategies are actually worth your time and which you shouldn't waste your time with. You can also use those two questions to frame your marketing message or the words that you use. Again, if you're communicating, I care about you, I know how to solve your problems, if you're showing them the empathy and the expertise that you have, you will have really solid marketing messages that immediately resonate with your ideal client and drive them to act. It's not just about becoming aware of you, but it's also driving them to take the next step. And if you're doing these two things, you've built enough relationship with them that they can be like, okay, I'm ready for that first call. I'm ready to book an appointment or reach out via the contact form. Really think through these two things, and you will see your marketing strategies grow. So really what we've talked about here today is don't focus on yourself. Focus on your client. Use you language. Talk directly to that ideal client. Get to know them. Continue to get to know them. Think back to the clients that you've enjoyed the most. And then think about how you can communicate your empathy and your expertise through your website. That means first presenting your acknowledgement of their problems and their challenges, and then presenting your services as the relief. To those problems, as the solution and the expert that can get them from the person they are today to the person they want to be. You have the power to do that. And if you use the right words and the right strategies on your website and in your marketing, you will show them how that happens, and you will connect with them and you will convert them. They will reach out to someone that's an expert, to someone that empathizes with them far more than someone that doesn't accomplish those two things via their website. So I want you to review your website today. I want you to review especially your homepage, your about page, and then your specialty pages, those 3 key pages on your website. And I want you to ask yourself first and foremost, am I empathizing with my client here? If you aren't allowing them to see themselves on that page and to feel understood by you, add in some language that acknowledges that. Then after that happens, I want you to take a look at those 3 pages and ask yourself, am I exhibiting my expertise here? Am I showing them results? Are we talking about the outcomes of working with me? If you can do those 2 things, I have seen my clients' websites grow when we implement this framework, and I know you will too. So I'm really excited to hear about how this works for you. If you have questions, if you're not really sure how to make this work, pop them right in the comments box here. I'd love to chat one-on-one with you. And if you want to dive in a little bit deeper, if you want to have 30 minutes of just dedicated time to hash through this, head over to my website, walkerstrategyco.com, schedule a free one-on-one strategy session there, and we can really drill down into how to put this into practice, not just on your website, but in all of your marketing techniques. Because this is the really powerful foundation. It's the proven foundation of effective websites and effective marketing. I can't wait to see how this works. Let's continue chatting in the comments. Thanks so much for joining. We'll see you next time.